Most of us fail because when we learn about the price of success, we run the other way. Don't run. Believe in yourself. When they show you who they are, believe them. Don't give a pass. Don't give the benefit of the doubt.
I'm the type to disappear like a ghost when someone no longer deserves my time. I've never seen the point in explaining my absence to someone who couldn't value my presence. You don't owe explanations to those who've hurt you. One in the past can kill your future. Late nights when the mind won't shut off. That's when the overthinking kicks in. Hate how the heart takes its sweet time, catching up to what the mind already knows. It's got what you need to break free. Take care of yourself. You're one of a kind, and that's a fact. Those moments between meeting someone new and saying goodbye, they're a roller coaster. There's that initial trust, followed by the creeping paranoia as you realize they're just like everyone else you've known. Different face, same old BS. I'm holding on to someone who doesn't deserve your love, someone who slipped from your grip. All those hours lost to sleepless nights thinking about someone who shouldn't even be on your mind. But let me tell you, your ability to care so deeply and unconditionally, it's what makes you beautiful. The most expensive thing in the world is trust. Cheap people can't afford it. In this game called life, trust is the ultimate currency, more valuable than money, fame, or power. Why? Because when you got trust, doors open, opportunities come knocking. People want to do business with you. But here's the thing, cheap people, they try to cut corners. They lie, cheat, break promises. They think they're smart, saving themselves some trouble, but they're broke, bankrupt in what really matters. Real success, it comes from being solid, dependable, a man of your word. I've been in the streets and in the boardrooms. Trust me, the principle's the same everywhere. You want long-term success? Build trust. Guard it with your life. Because once it's gone, you're finished. Remember, every action, every word, it's either depositing or withdrawing from your trust account. Trust ain't free, it's earned, built, fought for. You can't please everybody. The day I realized that, my whole life changed. Everything got better. You see, trying to make everyone happy is a losing game. You're never going to win. No matter what you do, somebody's always going to have something to say. And that's cool, let them talk. But here's the thing, you can't let the world dictate who you are. You can't let other people's opinions shape your life. The moment I stopped caring about what people think of me, I felt free. I don't give a damn what you think. You don't walk in my shoes. You don't know my story. So why should I let you control my narrative? Nah, that's not how I roll. You got to live for you, not for them. Stay true to yourself. Stay on your grind and let the haters hate. Their opinions don't pay your bills. Their approval doesn't get you where you want to go. So remember this, you can't please everybody and you don't need to. Just do you and keep it moving. That's the real key to living your best life. You want to know what the saddest shit is? You live in a world of hypocrites, where people wish for your failure but smile in front of you as if they love you. If I had to live my life over again, I wouldn't change a thing. I've learned that it's not my job to fix what I didn't break. I used to fear losing people, but now I fear losing my time. If I live according to others' opinions, I will never become the person I'm meant to be. Life is too short, so I enjoy each day, laugh whenever I can, cry only when necessary, and never let anyone bring me down. One value I never want to lose is my dignity. I realize that as I grow, there will be fewer people around me. A mature mind does not tolerate falsehood in others. It doesn't matter who I lose as long as I don't lose myself.
If no one sees you as an enemy, it means you're not important enough. If no one sees you as a threat, it means you're not strong enough. If no one talks behind your back, it means you're not outstanding enough. If someone is taking advantage of you, it means you have value. If someone isolates you, it means you are strong enough to stand alone. If someone imitates you, it means you are charismatic and influential. If someone slanders you, it means you are too prominent to ignore. If someone mocks you, it means you have a unique way of thinking they don't understand. If someone confronts you, it means you are superior to them in some way. If someone tries to bring you down, it means you're already above them. If someone doubts you, it means you're pushing boundaries they can't imagine. Remember, all these things come from others not measuring up to you. Criticism is, in fact, a form of admiration.
Be to yourself, stay to yourself, trust nobody, trust nobody. You know what I mean? Straight up. My closest friends did me in. My closest friends, my homies, people who I done took care of their whole family. I done took care of everything for them, looked out for them, put them in the game, everything turned on me. Fear is stronger than love. Remember that. Fear is stronger than love. All the love I gave didn't mean nothing when it came to fear. So it's all good. But I'm a soldier, I always survive. I constantly come back. You know what I mean? Only thing that can kill me is death.
The quote and the phrase that I'm using is lock the fuck in. I'm talking to you. Lock the fuck in. We don't have time for any of the bullshit. We don't. We don't. Lock the fuck in, chat. You gotta lock in, like, and again, I'm saying this for myself, but I'm sharing it with you guys as you come on this journey with me. It's like, that's all you're gonna hear me say to a lot of people at times. Is like, yo, I don't have time to hear your fucking excuses. Lock the fuck in. We don't have time for all the excuses like, yo, it's okay, you can get rest, you can get this, you can get that. That ass? That's the type of energy you want to be on. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to be babied. And I pray that some of y'all at home are not trying to be babied either. It's time to lock in. Whatever you're doing, lock the fuck in.
Everybody's an immigrant. Whenever you think about immigrant, we think about the Mexicans and we think about Africans. Man, there's immigrants here from Australia. There's immigrants from UK. The only difference between our skin color and theirs is they're white. But they're still, American government don't give a care what country you come from. They understand that when you come in here, you're gonna love the country and you're gonna work hard and you're gonna pay taxes. And one day you're gonna die. And most immigrants don't even have a will or a trust. And because they don't have a will or a trust, guess what? Everything goes to probate court. And the government takes a gain. And before that money gets to your family.
America is not my home. America is a hotel. Absolutely, we built this country, but this ain't my home. Africa is my home. So I'm going to have my hotel and I'm going to have my home and I'm going to build. But what am I going to build, right? Why am I going to build this? Why am I so energetic, as you say? Well, I'm the trust fund, baby, to $1 billion trillion empire. And the stipulations on me receiving and being a beneficiary of those finances is my work ethic, my awareness, and me manifesting. Oh, I got more work to do.
ربي اغفر لي وارحمني واجبرني وارفعني وارزقني واهدني وعافني واعف عني.
So when we think about salah, first thing is we need to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And our knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if it's not there, it's very lacking. If it's very lacking, then our prayer is 100% going to be affected. The second thing that we need to think about is, like Muhammad, he mentioned wudu. And wudu, just like we need to know and understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wudu is a prerequisite of the prayer. Unless we have wudu, you can't pray, right? This comes to a qaida fiqhiyya, a jurisprudence principle, a principle of jurisprudence, which Ibn Taymiyyah, he mentions, and this is particularly in relation to, for example, the Arabic language. He says, Inna al-lughata al-arabiyya min ad-din. Verily, the Arabic language is from the faith, it's from the religion. وَمَعْرِفَتُهَا فَرْضٌ وَاجِبٌ. And its understanding and familiarity with it is something which is compulsory. Why? لِأَنَّ فَهْمَ الْقُرْآنِ وَالسُّنَّةِ وَاجِبٌ. Because the understanding of the Qur'an and the Sunnah is compulsory. وَمَا لَا يَتِمُّ الْوَاجِبِ إِلَّا بِهِ فَهُوَ وَاجِبٌ. And nothing completes something which is compulsory except that itself, it becomes compulsory. So an action which is compulsory, all of its prerequisites become compulsory. And the example of this, for example, the salah, is that at the time that iqamah is called, it becomes compulsory for you to have wudu, because it's a prerequisite of the prayer. So after knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to know the prayer itself. And we have to know what the prayer is. We have to know what we're saying in the prayer, what is meant by what we're saying in the prayer. Because if we lack these two, we have no basis for forming any connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the prayer or in any act that we do. And this, for example, sometimes we say things, but we don't know what they mean. And this is very dangerous. And it limits anything that we can do. One of the old philosophers, Ludwig Wittgenstein, and he was the student of Bertrand Russell, he had a statement, and I really always liked this statement, I'll put it somewhere. He was saying that the limit of my language means the limit of my world. That means as much as you're limited by your language in your world. Like maybe you speak Bengali or Sinhalese or something. Concepts that you can understand within that language, I'm outside of it, I'm not going to be able to, understand those same concepts in a similar way. Those concepts, those idioms, sometimes they don't translate. You don't get one-for-one translations, right? It's very difficult to do with language. The point here is that sometimes your prayer, the world of your prayer is limited by language to a certain aspect. And alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us some leeway when it comes to the nafil prayer and the sunan prayer. We can make dua in them in our native language. So one way to do that is that when we speak to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the prayer, we make dua, we always make it in the language that we know the best. But we don't have that leeway in the fard prayer, which means at the bare minimum, we have to learn what the statements that we're doing within the prayer mean.
Only rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Most people, they would rely more on their friends or their companions or their family members before relying on Allah. Why? Because it's in nature. We know that these people will help us. So we assume automatically that they are more closer to us and they're quick to answer us or help us than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is false. One day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may change the hearts of those people you may love. And we understand that from the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It said, إِنَّ الْقُلُوبَ بَيْنَ إِصْبَعَيْنِ مِنْ أَصَابِعِ اللَّهِ يُقَلِّبُهَا كَيْفَ يَشَاءُ. The hearts are between two fingers of Allah. He flips them however He wants. Someone may love you, the next day they don't. People that you may rely on, they don't want you to rely on them no more. That's it. They're like, who this person? Okay, we've been helping him out for a long time now. Your friend, he may get married. His wife was telling him, listen, you've been helping him for a while. You can't just keep on doing this. You have responsibility, you have sisters. He'll call you, be like, listen, man, I'm sorry, I can't do it no more. Right? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always there. He said, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. He said, tell them, O Muhammad, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي. When my servants, O Muhammad, ask you about me, tell them that I am near. I answer to those who call out to me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمُ دُعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Call out to me, I will answer to you. That is yaqeen billah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yaqeen, and do not rush, do not haste in the answer.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of the heavens and the earth, sent a revelation to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he swore and he said, wal asr. Then he said, innal insana, surely all the human beings, from the past and the present and the future, how many they might be, countless number of human beings, all of them lafi khasr. They are losers. They will lose everything that they have gained. They will lose everything they have been given. They will lose their sight. They will lose their mind. They will lose their strength. They will lose their wife, their husband, their children, and eventually they will lose their lives. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, except the people who have a contract of faith, a trust. The people who have entered a trust, a contract, an awareness. They have a commitment. They are aware. They are conscious. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and they have begun to act responsible. Aminu Salihat means good actions. Actions that bear good fruits. Responsible actions. وَتَوَاسَوْا, and they cooperate. بِالْحَقِّ, with truth. وَتَوَاسَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, and they are patient and they are perseverant with issues that come up as a result of this life.